Hey everybody. So, nobody mentioned the hair or the pimple, okay? It's been a bad week. Anyways, just wanted to say, I was driving, I was thinking about something, you guys. And so now that I'm pulled over in the parking lot about to go in the store, I'm going to go ahead and talk on it for just a second here. Here's my question to you guys that all are following and understanding what is currently going on in not only our country, but countries around the world. If you follow the news a lot, and I do mean mainstream, unfortunately, but I mean, you could follow it on a lot of other locations, YouTube, and I'm sure Patreon's got a bunch of people and stuff like that, anyways, about the amount of asteroid activity that the news seems so hell bent on getting out these last 6 months, maybe a little bit longer. But it's like nonstop. Every day I open up my feed and it's something about an asteroid or it's something about SpaceX, and everything has to do with how do we blow up an asteroid, right? We're going to try this, we're going to try that, just in case. Here's a very curious question to you guys. Now, we know there's a bunch of stuff inside of these sprays, at least some of them, such as barium, lithium, aluminum, strontium, coal ash, endless lists. And I know that a lot of people follow the, Q, or they follow Anon in general, or things of that sort, and that's fine. So, I mean, you should have an understanding of things like Operation Garden Plot, or, depopulation, or agenda this, or agenda that. Also have an understanding of the 1 in 10 rule. For every one piece of information that is true coming out, there's 9 more not being handed to you. So, let's say that they are saying we'll blow up an asteroid. This is just, where I'm getting with everything. And, just to try it. Just see if they can knock one off kilter just a little bit, just in case. There's 9 other things about that they're not telling us. And, I mean, we're currently in our next mass extinction, right? What if it's not so much at the hands of them, but at the hands of what could happen from something else, from somewhere else, from anywhere else? I know a lot of people are with, especially my husband, are with the Planet X thing. I don't follow all that. I follow what I can, and I try to take stock of that, and always go from that point, you guys. So, what if all of this spraying, all of this seeding, all this covering might have something to do with all of those things already mentioned, depopulation, agenda this, or, waiting me to say the F word, or any of these things? What if they're actually blocking our sky in part to keep us from seeing stuff coming? I mean, I got a lady standing right next to me, so I'm like sitting here talking to myself in my car, and trying to coyly do so. Anyways, but seriously, I mean, think of the amount of astronomers that are out there, both amateur and not. Think of the gags allegedly put onto, like NOAA, put onto other large weather tracking, meteor, asteroid, astronomical tracking things. Think about that. If those are all true, what would be the need? If you're old enough, you've seen the movie Deep Impact. I gotta tell you, it's starting to look more along those lines than anything to me. No matter what, they need people to keep doing the work. So the 1 in 10 theory of that garden plot really doesn't work out so well, in my opinion. Shit hits the fan scenario. Maybe EMP. Yeah, possible. False flag or not, but possible. But what if it's something that they can't stop, and they know they can't stop it, and it will affect them too? And we've always had nuclear. We've had nuclear forever. We could always push the button. And given who we have running the place right now, he is a happy little button pusher, I imagine. No, he did not get my vote. I went with Johnson. But actually, I didn't vote. My husband voted for Johnson as a result of me. I won't vote after the whole Gore-Bush thing, I gotta tell you. That's the day that I realized democracy was completely nothing but a flippin' farce and gave up on voting altogether. It just tells you how little you are in this big picture, and no, you don't matter. You matter to you in this big picture. You matter to you, the people that love you and the people that you love in this matter. That is it. There are no heroes coming to save the day. There is nobody going to go blowing up airplanes. There is nobody going to take on our military to stop this from happening, in which case it is not just our military that has been overly proven. They might have involvement. We don't. Regardless, I love my country and I'm a very strong patriot when it comes to things like that. But I could never promote anything like that or against it, so I won't even speak on it. I'm just saying, you guys, have you thought along those lines yet? I mean, you have to look at this in big picture style. It could go a dozen different ways. Right now we are basically Schroeder's cat. And I just wanted to throw that possibility out there for you guys, you know what I mean? I mean, it's definitely a possibility. Think about it. How do you keep everybody from finding out about something like that? And just let them squeak out little pieces of smaller things. Why are there so many of those smaller things lately? Why are they telling us if we go outside and clean the gutters, we are probably going to be pulling some asteroid or meteor pieces out of it without even realizing it hit us? It's just an angle, I think, that everybody should consider, along with many others, many other possibilities. Now, I got to get inside the store and get a fogger for all of the chiggers up in my yard that are destroying me whenever I try to get into my garden. So you guys stay safe. Sorry I ranted on about this for now 7.5 minutes. Yeah, you had to stare at me for 7.5 minutes, y'all. But, stay safe. I mean, worry about you and your family. I know everybody wants to help everybody else. I am all about helping other people. You have no idea, but this isn't really that time. If you get to that point, it's not the time to help people. If you ever reach that point, if we all ever reach that point, help no one. You will have to worry about yourself, because there are no cavalry coming in, okay? Your cavalry is going to be running with me too. Tell you right now. Later.